About crime in Jasper County, and the city of Neosho wants voters to weigh in on a proposed new aquatic center. KOAM News at 10 is next. Now at 10, what a new report says about the crime rate in Jasper County, Missouri. Plus, the city of Neosho asks voters to decide on a new aquatic center. And
as you start to turn on those warming devices, don't forget about carbon monoxide poisoning. I'm Lonnie Walton in Joplin. I talked to the fire chief and he says there are tips to help protect yourself. I'll have that story and more coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Jasper County Sheriff's Office gives us a look at crime in the county in 2024. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. According to the Sheriff's Office, detectives kept busy. Numbers show that after no homicide investigations in 2023, the department investigated 3 last year. All 3 were cleared. Domestic assault cases, crimes against children, and felony stealing cases all increased as well. We have a link to the full report on our website, koamnewsnow.com. City of Neosho wants to build a new aquatic center, but first it needs a green light from voters. Tonight, the Neosho Council voted to add a question to the April 8th ballot, asking Neosho voters to approve a use tax to help fund a new aquatic center. The current city pool has been plagued with issues. Before the 2023 season, the city repainted and resealed the pool and replaced the pump and motor system. It's currently operated by the Neosho Freeman Family YMCA. In December, the city asked residents to fill out a survey to see what they'd like in a new outdoor aquatic center and recreation area. The plan is to build it just west of the Neosho Golf Course near Waldo Hatler Memorial Drive and Hale McKenty Drive. Potential amenities include a new outdoor swimming pool, pickleball courts, an inclusive playground, and renovation of the current golf club house facility. The use tax would match the city's current 3% sales tax and would apply to items purchased from out-of-state vendors.
If you shop online, you do pay a state of Missouri tax at the state of Missouri tax rate, 4.4225%. What the city council is asking is the 3% local sales tax that you would normally pay at local brick and mortar stores, that you would pay that amount also online for online purchases.
If the aquatic center funding question passes on the April ballot, consumers would be required to fill out a use tax return only if yearly purchases exceed $2,000. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty for a first look at the weather.
Yeah, it definitely turned out to be another cold one for us today with the Arctic air that has been in place, 27 degrees. Even though we haven't hit freezing, we melted off quite a bit of ice and snow across the region. The sun, it can produce pretty good amount of energy. 27 and 10, 44 was our average high, record high 73 degrees. Looking outside, it's 19 in Joplin, 17 in Pittsburgh. So temperatures are dropping back. Mid-teens, northern counties, lower 20s once you get into our southern counties. Plus our wind chill by morning, it's going to feel about -3 to about 3, depending on where you live. We are watching another storm system. We should start to get bands of light snow starting to press in late Thursday into Thursday night. So we're going to break down this system for you here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you in a few. Now, in these cold conditions, we have to be cautious when warming our homes or cars. It's important to be mindful of the odorless, silent killer, carbon monoxide. KOAM's Lonnie Walton talks to experts on how you can protect yourself and your family.
The death in the sleep is probably the most common.
Leif Hasty is the battalion fire chief at Reddings Mill Fire District in Joplin. He says based on his nearly 20 years of experience, some people are just unaware of the deadly poison carbon monoxide until it's too late.
They felt that they had the headache, they went to go lay down, and the problem persisted. Just inhale whatever's in their home, being fed into their home, and it could possibly just kill them. So
Hasty says there's a few things to look out for.
we ask that you call someone professional to come inspect it, make sure it's working right, look at the flame itself, and see that you have a good blue burning flame.
Although there are tips to help protect yourself, the fire chief says it's better to just invest in a device that measures carbon monoxide.
getting an alarm. The alarm is going to be the best guess for anything if something actually is happening.
Dale Owens is the owner of S&S Security Systems. He, along with Hasty, says everyone should have a carbon monoxide detector. Owens says companies are starting to take notice and make a one device fits all.
For a long time they were separate. You had to get either smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors. Now we're seeing a combination of those units beginning to be produced on the marketplace.
Hasty says you should know how the detector works and when to change it.
Certain chirps will just tell you you have a bad detector or your batteries are bad, and kind of relieves the stress a little bit.
Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Hasty also emphasizes you should never close your garage door immediately after you shut off your vehicle. You should wait a few minutes to allow the exhaust to leave. More meetings on the future of the Highway 69 corridor. You might recall a freeway project with plans to expand Highway 69 west of Pittsburgh was canceled in 2023. After that, KDOT started project planning from scratch. Well, since then, KDOT has hosted a series of public meetings and open houses to give the public a chance to weigh in on the future of the highway. Some of the lingering concerns deal with the issue of cost versus benefits of any plans for the highway. KDOT says their next round of meetings will take place in late February. City of Joplin continues its series of public meetings regarding transportation and road improvements. The Joplin Area Transportation Study Organization, or JATSO Policy Board, will meet this Thursday at 1:30 p.m. at the Joplin City Hall on Main Street. Items to be discussed will include the MoDOT statewide pavement and bridge targets, public JATSO participation plan update, Metropolitan Transportation Plan, and Transportation Improvement Plan updates. You can view the meeting agenda on JATSO's website. Preparations are underway for the Joplin Area Chamber of Commerce Business Expo, coming again to the Downstream Casino Resort Pavilion. That'll be on Wednesday of next week. This is file video. The expo will be open to businesses only from 9 a.m. until noon and open to the public from noon until 4. As always, the expo will showcase a wide range of area businesses. Admission's $5 for adults. Kids 5 and under get in free. The first of 3 strategic planning meetings was held in Columbus, Kansas today. Residents and business owners discussed ways to foster economic growth throughout Cherokee County. They're looking to increase the number of businesses and grow the existing ones. One of the obstacles, though, is a declining population. The executive director of the Cherokee County Economic Development Group says they've seen a drop for about 10 straight years.
Making sure that we're doing everything that we can to provide the resources and support to our business owners that are so crucial to our success.
He hopes to tackle the issue of a dwindling population by investing in housing and infrastructure. In a few days, Cherokee County is going to officially have a brand new sheriff. We're going to tell you about him coming up. Plus, firefighters work to contain a wildfire burning on the West Coast.
For the New Year's sale.
Extreme winds are fueling a quickly growing brush fire in the Pacific Palisades area of Los Angeles. It's already burned an area the size of 2 square miles. 30,000 residents under evacuation orders are trying to flee as the flames get closer. They're seen from miles away. California Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency. Danya Bacchus has more.
Fast-moving flames engulfed homes in the Pacific Palisades neighborhood in Los Angeles and came dangerously close to others.
And my heart is in my throat.
Firefighters are dropping water from above as a heavy black smoke cloud forms over the area. Sirens wailed as residents evacuated on foot and by car. Some drivers stuck in gridlock were told by emergency crews to abandon their vehicles as the flames grew close to the road.
I just leave my car right there. Where's your car? The cop said you have to leave, and I leave my car right there. The fire came right down to the road, and the fire department came up and said, "Get out of your cars now."
Some left the area carrying their pets in their arms. This woman got a ride from her neighbors.
The fire was all around us, the trees and everything.
After residents fled, there was a sea of abandoned vehicles left on the road. A bulldozer cleared a path to allow emergency vehicles to get through. Fire officials say thousands of structures are threatened.
The fire is being fueled by a combination of strong winds and surrounding topography.
Parts of the Pacific Coast Highway and Interstate 10 were shut down to help evacuate those in the fire's path.
Come on, guys! We gotta go!
A CBS News crew ran from the flames that moved quickly through neighborhoods. The high winds are forecast to continue for days, producing gusts that could top 100 miles per hour in the hills around the city. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Officials have not given an exact number of structures damaged or destroyed in the Pacific Palisades wildfire, but they do say about 30,000 residents are under evacuation orders. 2 people were rushed to a local hospital after a crash on I-44 this evening. It happened about 4:45 at exit 6. Authorities say a passenger car was rear-ended by a tractor trailer and pushed into the barrier. Last week, a semi crashed into that same barrier. You can find more information on this story at KOAMnewsnow.com as it becomes available. Like a scene from a Hollywood movie, a driver bailed out of a car after hitting a black ice patch in Missouri. This happened Saturday in Kansas City. You see the driver almost lose their balance on the slick ice as their car slides into a ravine. The driver, who was not hurt, said they had never driven in winter weather. The car was pulled from that ravine finally just yesterday. In less than 1 week, Cherokee County Sheriff-elect Brian Henderson will take office. Henderson won election in November with more than 78% of the vote. He's assuming the sheriff's role from David Groves, who's been the Cherokee County Sheriff for more than 15 years. Henderson had been chief of police in Baxter Springs until his election. Henderson says he's ready to get to work.
We want to build that bond of unity that we can all work together to be law enforcement for all the citizens of Cherokee County, no matter where they live or what city or where they live in the county. All of us working together only builds that bond and makes it stronger for the citizens.
Following Henderson's election, the Baxter Springs City Council appointed Jimmy Hamilton as the interim chief of police. A little later, a rivalry renewed as the Lions take on the Gorillas. John Dales has highlights coming up in sport.
And we are tracking additional chances for snow. We're going to look at that coming up.
Medical Center.
Well, it turned out to be another cold one for us today. Arctic air is still in place. We could only go to about 27 for an afternoon high. So very cold, almost 20 degrees below where we should be for this time of the year. But we are going to warm up a little bit more later on this week, but it's definitely going to stay cold tonight and then again tomorrow. Nice shot at Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, Indigo, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. All right, it's 14 Iola, 18 Independence, 21 at Grand Lake, 22 in Anderson. Stockton sitting at 17 degrees. And our wind chill, it's going to drop again tonight. Anywhere from like -5 in our northern counties to 4 or 5 in our southern counties. So bundle up again if you are going to be out tonight, and then again into the daytime hours tomorrow. Looking outside, we have pretty much clear skies right now. We are tracking our next storm system, which is spinning. You can see this little mess down through parts of Arizona into New Mexico. We're waiting for a second little wave, which is up across the Pacific Northwest. That is going to drop in, and then it's going to kick this whole system out toward us and give us chances for snow once again. But this system is not near as strong as what we saw with this past storm system. Of course, it dropped 1.5 feet of snow to our north. We're going to be on the north side instead of the south side, so we'll be on the snowy side as it works in late Thursday. All right, for us by morning, sitting into lower teens, so a very cold start. Sunshine, low to mid 20s by noon. Once we get into the afternoon, most of us 26, 27, 28 degrees. So cold again, very similar to what we did see today. Few clouds start to increase once we get into Thursday morning. Clouds continue to increase through the day on Thursday. Most of the day is going to be dry. But after Thursday, let's say 3 p.m., scattered snow showers, maybe mixed in with a few raindrops, but scattered snow showers will start to increase. They're going to be hit and miss You can see a band southeastern Kansas, kind of hit and miss up the I-44 corridor. I do think we'll eventually get a band that works all the way through and then kind of pushing out of here once we get into Friday morning. Not a big system. Heaviest snow is going to track kind of Texarkana to about Little Rock over towards Jonesboro and Memphis. So we're not going to see a whole bunch of snow. I've been going on the lower end because I'd rather just go up, but I'll probably adjust this up. I think our northwest side is probably going to be closer to Emporia and Wichita. I have minor accumulations, most of us an inch or less. I think we'll probably have to up these numbers just a bit as we get into Wednesday, and then 1 upwards to 3 once you get into northwestern Arkansas. So not a big system, but still some minor road impacts, and this arrow may advance a little bit closer to us as well as we go into tomorrow. 13 to start, 22 by noon, cold high, only 27 degrees. We do bounce into the upper 30s by Thursday, and then we drop back into the upper 20s with our snow showers. Back to 34 on Friday, 41 Saturday, not bad, and then back into the 30s again by Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So the Arctic air is going to retreat, but it's still going to be cold.
Isn't it funny how 41 seems very warm right now?
That's below our average high.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. Thanks, Doug. Missouri fifth graders have a chance to test their artistic skills and help some other students and kids in the process. The Department of Public Safety is hosting the 42nd annual National Missing Children's Day poster contest. The contest gives Show Me State fifth graders information about staying safe and raises awareness of missing children. The contest also gives one national winner, parents and teacher, a chance to visit our nation's capital. For more information on contest rules and downloadable kit, go to KUAMNewsNow.com. Contest deadline is January 24th. Still ahead, Fort Scott girls basketball team tries to stay undefeated. And Pitt State hosts Missouri Southern at John Lance Arena. John Dales has those stories and more coming up next in sports.
Pittsburgh State women's basketball moves up one spot in today's Division II coaches poll, so the Gorillas are ranked number 13 in the nation thanks to a 12-2 start to the season, and PSU is also undefeated in its first 5 home games. Pittsburgh State women's basketball back at home this evening, playing host to Missouri Southern, who has won 3 in a row. Early second quarter, Gorillas down by 3. Harper Schreiner kicks it out to Hannah Nilgis, and the transfer from Drake buries a corner 3. We'd hear more from her. Third quarter, Lions down 6. Kennedy Roach attacks the basket, finishes through contact, plus the foul. She led Southern with 20 points. A couple possessions later, Roach finds Ryan Franklin, who turns and finishes plus the foul. Lions would tie it at 50. That's the score late in the third when Nilgis takes another 3, and she's money once again from beyond the arc. PSU back in front. Final seconds of the third, Nilgis is somehow open again, and she buries it once again from the corner. She finishes with 14 points. We go ahead to the fourth quarter. Harper Schreiner tries it from 3. Why not? 13th ranked Gorillas pull away from Missouri Southern. Pitt State wins at 84-72.
I think, it's a big game, so it doesn't really take much to get motivated and want to win. And so today, it felt good to be on, but just whatever the team needed at the time, and I think we had a really good team win.
No, it's not about these little spurts. Like they're a good team. They're going to go on runs. It's just about staying connected, staying together, and just finding our flow and being ourselves.
Now to the men's game. Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State enter the evening with identical 7-6 records. Early first half, Martin Macinas gets it in the post, and he finds the big man, Tyrone Wright, who slams home the alley-oop with authority. Lions trail by 1. A few minutes later, Avery Taggart, who transferred to Pitt State from Missouri Southern, hits a step-back 3 before showing some love to his former teammate. Less than 5 minutes left till halftime. Tanner Mans has space at the top of the key, and he buries a triple. That puts the Gorillas up by 8. Lions trailed by 10 with 2 minutes to go till halftime. They need points, and Macinas drains a 3 off the pick and pop. That's a big bucket. Next possession, Tyreek Brooks, the freshman from Springfield, hits a contested 2-pointer off the dribble. This one would go down to the final seconds, and Missouri Southern gets a huge road victory. They win it 81-80. Now let's take a look at some high school scores from around the four states. The Fort Scott girls remain undefeated with a 15-point home win over Frontenac. In Missouri, Seneca defends its home court as well. The Indians take down Monette 61-54. And we close things out with some pro football news. The Las Vegas Raiders have fired head coach Antonio Pierce today, and the team announces that this afternoon. He's now the 6th NFL head coach to be fired since the start of the season, and Las Vegas has now fired 3 head coaches in its last 4 seasons. Back to some of the college basketball that we were talking about. You get 1 Pitt State win, 1 Missouri Southern win, and the fans who stayed for both games, which were both very close, definitely got their money's worth.
Yeah, some good basketball, some good teams.
Yeah.
See what happens from here. We'll be right back. QR code there. Here's something you don't see every day. A Black Hawk Medivac helicopter stopped at the Joplin Regional Airport just before noon today. Kind of cool. The crew of 2 refueled at Mizzou Aviation at the General Aviation Terminal. This helicopter, designed for the U.S. Army, is typically used to transport wounded troops from the battlefield. Black Hawk took off a little after 1. Its final destination is unknown to us, but for those of you who saw that at the airport, that's the explanation.
Kind of cool.
Yes, indeed. The weather is more than cool. It's cold.
Yeah, it's going to be cold tonight, down near 10 degrees. Only 27 again tomorrow. So tomorrow, very similar to what we saw today. Light snow showers roll in by Thursday evening, Thursday night, into Friday morning. So we'll be keeping our eyes on that.
Yeah, we'll hope they stay light. Some of us, anyway, hope they stay light. Final sports note.
A couple of high school seniors over at Girard are going to be signing to play their respective sports at the college level. We're going to have more on that tomorrow.
All right, very good. We'll look forward to that. Don't forget the morning show starts at 5 a.m. and let's make it a great tomorrow.